Welcome to Chartwell, one of the most incredible, iconic properties in all of Los Angeles, if not all of California. It's situated on 10.4 acres with views from downtown Los Angeles all the way to the Pacific Ocean. The estate features an authentic French chateau with 6 bedrooms and 13 baths, complete with canyon trails and golf cart paths, the secret tunnels, the pool and pool house, the tennis court, the French gardens, the garden pavilion, the Redwood Grove, the 40-car motor gallery, the 12,000 bottle wine cellar, the koi pond stream, and to top it all off, a 5-bedroom Wallace Neff guest house. This is one of a kind in so many ways, but it will also be nearly impossible to ever put 4 contiguous properties together like this in the heart of Bel Air. It's priced at $195 million. Come on in, check it out. This home was built in 1930, and the late Jerry Perenchio bought it in 1986. He shortly thereafter purchased 3 contiguous lots, amassing 10.4 acres, which is completely unheard of and probably never to be duplicated again. When you drive up Bel Air Road, you come to the most amazing stone wall that has these gorgeous lollipop trees in front of them. This estate has 4/10 of a mile of street frontage. Playboy Mansion, half that. Spelling Manor, half that. Bordering the front lawns of Chartwell are these phenomenal carob trees that have been pleached to give this continuous shape effect. Arriving at the front of the house, you might recognize it from the iconic TV show, The Beverly Hillbillies. This house is 25,000 square feet and completely symmetrical in nature. Mr. Perenchio wanted to create an authentic replica of an 18th century chateau. And in doing so, he reconfigured the entire interior. The only thing that was left standing were the 4 outer walls. He brought in a team of French experts. He brought in interior designer Henri Samuel, and it took them 5 years to complete this work. They did everything, including the roof. And now we've arrived in the foyer, an elegant, sophisticated space with beautiful staircases, limestone and black marble flooring that enters right into the main salon. Presidents, ambassadors, foreign dignitaries, all would come, enter through the foyer into the main salon. The Parquet de Versailles flooring was shipped in from Europe. It's 18th century, and it took the French artisans 3 months to install. And from here, we're heading to the dining room. This dining room seats 24 people, but what's incredible about this room are the panels. They're hand-carved out of pine, 18th century. These were commissioned for the Prime Minister of England, then restored, shipped here, and attached. And if you look closely at these wood instruments, you'll see strings on them. The staff would bring in food during an event from the kitchen that's located in this particular wing. There's 5 kitchens on the estate. Come on, let's go downstairs. And now we're at the bar. I feel like I'm in one of the Harry's bars anywhere around the world. The bar is made of maple, television pops up in back with all the people that have visited this house during all the entertaining events. If the walls could speak, they would tell incredible stories. Coming down from the bar into the living room area that transitions into a ballroom. This ballroom also doubles as a screening room as well. The panels slide open, revealing huge speakers, and at the push of a button, the screen comes down. Is it like that at your house? Because it's not like that at mine. And over there, Mr. Perenchio loved to entertain, and he would have legendary musicians who played at sold-out arenas around the world grace this very stage. The room would be completely cleared out, emptied of furniture, emptied of antiques, and then tables would be set up for dining. Guests would eat, they would drink, and listen to incredible artists play. And through these double doors, guests could just step out and enjoy the view. Fabulous lawns, grand fountain, the redwood trees, truly an incredible space to entertain. And on this estate is a phenomenal rose garden to the left, and to the right, a beautiful veggie garden as well. Let me take you down one of these cascades. Trust me, you've never seen anything like it. Mr. Perenchio hired French architects to create this phenomenal landscape effect with these water fountains cascading down. During the renovation, he brought in 22,000 trees and plants onto the grounds. Seeing it in the daytime is one thing, seeing it at night, something completely else. And here we arrive at the Grand Fountain, huge in size. And when you look up at the facade of the home, you see the symmetry and the beautiful bleached trees along the side. And if you notice, these 4 statues, they represent the 4 seasons. And on the other end, you have a matching cascading water fountain. Symmetry at its best. I'm sure that's a serious sledding hill if we had any snow. Don't get any ideas. Let me take you to see the pool. And look at this. Look at the hedges. Again, bleached, manicured beautifully, and it's like a maze leading you to the next destination, which is the pool. Welcome to the swimming pool area. There's a 75-foot length swimming pool and a pool house as well. Tons of parties were held here. During a birthday party, they had a swimming competition. Right before the starting gun went off, one of the competitors pulled out and asked for a replacement. Out of the tunnel walked Michael Phelps. Needless to say, anyone who swam that day didn't get higher than a silver medal. An amazing space. So large in nature, cascading rock garden that leads you to the pool area, and it leads you to this beautiful indoor-outdoor pool house. You have a round bar over here and a great hangout area. It has a full kitchen, and you gotta come see this. Come on. Nothing like a full locker room. There's a men's and a woman's. You can bring all your things here, put them in the lockers, go swim, hang out, come back afterwards, change and shower. Not necessarily in that order. And these are the secret underground tunnels that lead you from the pool to the house to the outer walking grounds. They were built back in the 1930s by the original owner, Lynn Atkinson, who was a renowned civil engineer. And the echo is wild. Come on in. Look at these finished walls, even with the lighting inside. It's so magnificent. Luciano Pavarotti used to visit Chartwell quite often, and he used to love to come down into these tunnels and practice singing because of the acoustics and the echo. Hello! And now we've come to the elevator, and the elevator goes from this level, which is the lowest level, all the way up, 1, 2, and 3. You can come from your master bedroom right down here. You can either go to the pool, where we just came from, or out to the walking trails, where we're going now. And if you listen closely, you can hear the birds chirping, which echo throughout the tunnels. Wait till you see this. We call this the Giant's Head. It was first seen by one of the landscape architects over in Italy, and this is a replica. It's made out of papier-mâché, wiring, and a concrete-type mixture. Coming out of this side of the tunnel leads you to the canyon portion of the property. Try to keep up. And listen to those rolling streams. With its koi ponds, hiking trails, it doesn't even feel like you're in the middle of Bel Air. This is truly what makes this property one of a kind. Here is one of the 3 koi ponds on the property that run all the way down the canyon with water that's circulating 24 hours a day. And now we're gonna head up to the garden pavilion. And here's the entrance to the Grand Garden Pavilion. This area and this structure is great for entertaining, seating and standing room up above as well as down below. Come into this hidden staircase cave. It leads you up to the top of the pavilion. The view is incredible. In that direction is the helipad, and over there is the barbecue area with its own restroom as well. Let's go back down, hop in the cart. I want to show you something else. This is the path that wraps around the back of the main house. And now we're arriving at the Redwood Grove. Look at these majestic trees. It is magical out here. And it transports you to somewhere else in the world. These trees were planted back in the 1930s, and they're roughly 100 years old. Where do you find this in Southern California? Where do you find this in Los Angeles? I'll tell you where. Nowhere except on Chartwell. Welcome to the Tennis Pavilion. With its north-south facing championship-sized tennis court, viewing pavilion, and double umpire stands. Music to my ears. The paths are now taking us to the guest house. This is the Wallace Neff Guest House, built in 1931. It's a Spanish Revival home, and it's one of the 3 contiguous properties that Mr. Perenchio purchased right after buying Chartwell Estate. He incorporated this one into the grounds as it was its own private estate at the time. Come on in. And in the guest house, there are 5 bedrooms, 6 baths, a beautiful round circular dining room, a vintage elevator over here. Luciano Pavarotti used to love coming to the property, and this is exactly where he would stay. What a wonderful room. Yep, this one works too. Thanks for all the rides. Now we're in the car gallery. It holds 40 cars. It's truly a collector's dream. And right off the car gallery, as we enter the house, we have the wine cellar. Come. No wine cellar is worth its weight in gold unless you have a wine tasting room right outside of it, which of course this one does. But to really see what's going on, come on inside. This wine cellar holds 12,000 bottles of wine. That's right, 12,000 bottles of wine. During one of the showings, there was a gentleman who was standing right here, and he was looking up and he said, this makes sense. We said, what are you talking about? He said, I have been looking for this wine for 15 years. Couldn't find it. Looked all over the world. The entire world supply is right here. We went, oh my God. All the bottles of wine were sold, making millions of dollars, and it was all given to charity. Follow me into the elevator. Let's go back up to the main floor. The Chartwell Estate, so vast, we like to say when living here, you are your closest neighbor. You've been around, you've been on the golf cart, throughout the grounds, the pools, the tennis court. Really, what else do you need? And this can all be yours for $195 million.